Hello beautifuls! Today's practice is a little bit of everything. I think we probably all know that that's impossible and we can't actually have it all, but I'm going to try and offer a little bit of everything for the whole body-mind instrument. So it might be a lovely practice for you if you feel like you've been spending a lot of time in your head and you're just looking to reconnect with the body from fingertip to toe tip. Or maybe it's also just a lovely morning practice to awaken the whole body. You won't need any props, and I'll see you on the mat. Okay, beautiful ones, we're going to start actually standing today. So let's make our way to stand at the back of our mat with the feet beneath the hips and facing the front of the mat. And we'll take a few moments to arrive. So stay as you are. I'm just going to turn to face you. Bring your awareness down into your feet and acknowledge the connection of the feet to earth. And you might emphasize an anchoring down of the center of the heel, the base of the big toe, and the base of the little toe of each foot. And simultaneously, there's a sense of drawing up through the arches of the feet, through the legs, beyond the pelvis to the spine, as the head alights at the top of the spinal column. And we'll begin nice and simply. So as you inhale, draw the arms overhead in whichever way is comfortable for you today. Reach through the fingers. And as you exhale, turn the palms away from you towards the sides of the space you're in and press the arms down. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, reach up, really connecting with the breath. Exhale, open and press the arms down. Inhale, reach up. Long exhalation as you lower the arms. We'll add on to this same beginning. Inhale, reach the arms into the space above you. And as you exhale, bend the knees and melt the hips back and down into an Utkatasana. Inhale, press into the feet, rise, but now lift the heels and shift the weight onto the balls of the feet. And then exhale, turn the palms away from you, press the arms down as you lower the heels to arrive back in Tadasana Samastitihi. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit back and down. Inhale, rise, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the arms and lower the heels. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, stand tall, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the arms and lower the heels. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, bend the knees and sit the hips back and down. Inhale, stay here. And exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Allow the head to drip, as though the head and the contents of your head, all its worries or anxieties or things that maybe are not so wholesome for you, just dripping out of the top of the skull onto the mat in front of you. And keep the feet as they are. Let's walk the hands forward into our first down dog. Take an in-breath in downward dog. Exhale, part the lips and let the exhale go out of the mouth. Inhale, down dog. And then exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Arrive in a tabletop. Inhale, lift the sit bones, roll the pelvis forward, drape the belly towards the mat, draw the chest forward, cow pose. And then exhale back to down dog. Let's do that twice more. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, knees to mat. Take the whole exhale to lower the knees. Inhale, ripple through the spine, chest forward. Exhale, pour the weight into the legs as you lift the hips up and back. Down dog. Inhale, down dog. And one more. Exhale, knees lower. Inhale, wave-like movement through the spine, little back bend. Exhale, lift the hips, the sit bones, the tops of the thighs up and back. Inhale, glide forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees first if you like, to lower all the way to the mat. Adjust the hands so the fingertips are in line with the middle of the chest. Hug the upper arms in alongside the body. Crown of head's already reaching forward as the shoulder blades are gently sliding down onto the back, onto the ribs of the upper back. And then inhale, low cobra pose. And exhale, lower the forehead towards the mat, a gesture of reverence. And two more. Inhale, low cobra, or maybe feed the hands in, coming a little higher. And exhale, lowering, offering forward to earth. And one more. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, we'll lower. Curl the toes under and really firm the legs here. Inhale, tops of thighs or fronts of thighs lift away from the mat. Exhale, press to plank. Take an in-breath in plank. And then downward dog on the out-breath. Easy breath in and in through the nose and down dog. And out through the mouth. And this time, keep the hands where they are, and we'll walk the feet forward to meet the hands. And as you bow over your legs, soften your knees as much as you need to, and reach the arms behind you, fingertips reaching up into the space behind you, as though they're reaching beyond your sit bones to the clouds or the stars above you. And notice that as you do this, the shoulders want to follow, and allow this to happen. Allow the shoulders to slide away from the ears, up the back. So the neck now is long and free, and you might nod and shake the head a little. And when you're ready, lead with the fingertips as you press into the feet. Rise all the way to stand. And relax a moment, standing in your Tadasana, standing tall. And notice how you feel. Notice what's present for you just now. We'll pour the weight into the right foot. Pick up the left foot and bring the sole of the left foot into tree pose. Inner ankle, or inner calf, or up on the inner thigh. You might begin with the hands in heart center, Anjali Mudra. This is a beautiful place to return to center as the palms gently press in towards one another. And as your left foot hugs into the inseam of your right leg, as your gaze steadies, so does your breath. The inhalations and the exhalations steady and even. Take another in-breath. And as you exhale, release the left foot, draw the left knee forward. See if you can stay balancing. And then we'll bring left ankle to top of right thigh and sit the hips back into the space behind you. And there's an evenness of both right and left sitting bones reaching evenly back into the space behind you as you offer the chest forward. Just a breath here to surrender to sensation in the outer hip and outer thigh. And then we'll press into the supporting leg and stand up and lift the left knee. Take an in-breath. And release the left foot down, stand tall. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, set the hips back and down. Inhale, stand up, lift the heels, journey onto the balls of the feet. And then as you exhale, turn the palms away from you, press the arms down, lower the heels, and simultaneously dive forward over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat and step your left foot back. Runner's lunge, right foot in front, right knee bent. Easy, simple twist. So add a little rotation into the practice now. Turn to the right, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. As much as your front knee is bent, the back leg and the back thigh is strong and lifting upwards. Let's release our right hand to the mat, press into the feet, lift the torso, reach the arms. And deepening our twist now, exhale, hands back to heart center. Rotate the torso to the right, left elbow to right knee. Press the top palm today, the right palm, down into the left palm and get a little longer. The crown of the head reaching forward as the sole of the back foot reaches back. Inhale, unwind, reach the arms. And now pivot on the feet towards the left, turn towards the long edge of the mat on the left side. Even out the feet so the toe tips are in line, and interlace your hands behind your back. Take an in-breath and invite a little bit of a back bend into the practice here. Lift the chest, lungs and heart floating up and out of the body. And as you exhale, bow forward. And just as you practice in Uttanasana just earlier, the knuckles are reaching up and back into the space beyond your tail, beyond your sit bones, and the shoulders want to go with it. They follow, and neck is long. Press into the feet, anchor, firm the legs, and we rise. Release the arms, reach them wide. Turn your right toes forward, your left toes in a little. Bend the front knee. Warrior two. Adjust the stance a little longer if you need, a little shorter if you're feeling a little fatigued today. Inhale in your warrior two. And as you exhale, straighten through your front leg. Reach through the right fingertips, lots of length through the right side of the body as you tilt the pelvis and come forward into a Trikonasana triangle pose. Bottom hand to shin or to top of ankle. Another in-breath. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, bring right forearm to thigh or hand to the floor and reach the top arm overhead beyond the top of your mat. Parshvakonasana. Connect to the breath again here, even if the legs are feeling like they're a little fatigued. One more inhale. Exhale, release both hands to the mat, either side of your front foot. Lift your back heel, lower your back knee, and we'll reach the arms into an Anjaneyasana. Taking a little side bend here, because we're looking for a little bit of everything in our practice today. So right hand to left wrist, and we'll gently pull the torso up and over to the right. leaning the torso and reaching the arms towards the front leg side. Return to center, reach the arms, inhale, and exhale, hands to the mat, and step your back foot forward. Soften the knees and take your time to roll slowly, vertebra by vertebra, as my head moves through the leaves of my pot plant, all the way to stand. And roll the shoulders up and back and down a few times. Once again, arrive. Standing tall. And let's move second side. Pour the weight into the left foot. Pick up your right foot. Place the foot on the inseam of the leg. And allow the fingertips, the hands, to touch, to kiss, to meet. Finding center for you today. And if that means also holding onto a wall or a chair, you might offer yourself that today. There's a firmness through the back of the hips, through the buttocks on both sides, and a lightness through the face. And on the next exhalation, we'll release our foot from the leg, draw the knee forward. And if you need to take a pause with the ball of the foot on the mat, you can. And when you're ready, soften through the supporting leg and bring right ankle, right outer ankle to top of left thigh. It's as though the hips want to sit back into a chair or your sofa or couch behind you. In my case, that's literally the case. And if this feels a little much for you today, then you might cross right thigh on top of left thigh instead. Next in breath, press down into the left foot, lift the right knee, and exhale, release right foot and arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sit the hips back and down. Inhale, press down to rise and lift the heels. And exhale, open the arms, lower the heels, and dive over the legs. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back into a runner's lunge. Find the steadiness, the strength, the buoyancy through the legs and length through the spine before you turn. And when you're ready, turn to the left and reach the left arm and fingertips to explore the space above you. And we'll release left hand down, press into the feet, and lift the torso and the arms up, away from the legs, out of your pelvis. Hands to heart and turn any amount towards the front leg to the left. Maybe right elbow meets left knee. Maybe it hovers above it. And the inhale unwinds you, inflates you, reach through the arms. And exhale, now we turn to the right. Pivot on the toes towards the long edge of the mat on the right side. Even out the feet, heels and toe tips in the line. Interlace the fingers the other way around, the funky way. And there's almost as though the tail is anchoring into the mat behind you as you lift the chest and then bow forward. One or two breaths here. It's okay if the knees are softly bent. It's more than okay. That might be delicious for you. And then press into the feet and let's rise. Keep moving on, reach the arms wide, turn the left toes forward, the right toes in a little, Virabhadrasana 2, and notice if you're reaching here. Often yoga teachers sometimes say reaching into the future. See if you can stay in the present. So you've got this beautiful length through the spine, head alighting above the pelvis. And then straighten through the front leg. Now reaching. Reach through the left fingertips. The pelvis tilts to the left and the spine follows. Utthita Trikonasana. And front knee bends. Top arm reaches overhead, so you've got that beautiful length right now through the right side of the body, from outer right foot, which is awake, alive, connected to earth, and the right fingertips, which are also awake, alive, connecting to space. And then let's exhale. Both hands to mat, lift the back heel, lower the back knee, and reach the arms. Left hand to right wrist, gently pouring the torso and the arms to the left. It doesn't need to be a big side bend, it's just a gesture if you like. And back to center, reach the arms, inhale, and this time hands to the mat, step to plank. Take an in-breath in plank and lower all the way to the mat. Reach the arms back alongside the body, palms facing towards earth as though listening to the wisdom of Mother Earth. Or, if you like, interlace the fingers one last time as we lift the arms, float the legs, lift the chest. And think as though you're soaring across the surface of a beautiful body of water, a lake, or the still ocean. Long through the toes, the legs, the spine, the crown of the head. One more in-breath. And exhale, tops of feet to the mat. Release the hands. Place the fingertips on the mat in line with the center of the chest. Cobra pose or an upward facing dog. Upward dog, we press into the tops of the feet and lift the tops of the thighs, front of the pelvis away from the mat, standing on the arms. And on your next exhalation, transition from cobra or up dog back to down dog. One full inhale and down dog, and an exhale, 2. Lower the knees to the mat. Sweep the feet off to a side. If you know that you're feeling a little tighter through the backs of the hips and the legs, you might take a folded blanket or a cushion and sit up on that today. Reach the legs out in front of you. And if you're sitting on a blanket or a cushion, sitting towards the front edge, if the legs are not straight, they can have a little bend. And anchor through the heels. And even if the knees are bent, there is a sense of anchoring through the backs of the calves, the backs of the thighs, and the sit bones. So we're grounded and steady before we move. And then let's bend the left knee and bring the sole of the left foot to the mat. The foot can be further away from you if that's a little more easeful for you. Keep anchoring through the back of the right leg. Right hand to mat or floor, diagonally back from your right hip, and reach your left arm. Inhale. And as we exhale today, let's bend the left elbow, hook the upper arm inside the left knee, and turn towards the right. chin and gaze turning towards your back shoulder. And staying in the twist, on your next exhale, just turn your head to look over your front shoulder. Take an in-breath and exhale, unwind. Reach the left leg long, bend the right knee, right foot to mat. Place the left hand diagonally back from the left hip and reach the right arm. And as you reach the arm, there's this opportunity to find length while you still anchor through the parts of the body in contact with the mat, your blanket or your cushion. And then exhale. Hook the elbow inside the bent knee and turn to the left. Just as you experienced in Tadasana, staying curious here too, with the spine growing effortlessly long up out of the pelvis and the globe of your skull alighting at the top of the spine above the pelvis. And gently turning the head to look over your front shoulder. And then we release. Reach the legs out. You might actually remove the blanket now or the cushion. Shift a little further forward on the mat if you are towards the back of the mat. Reach the arms forward, and as you exhale, curl the tail underneath you and roll vertebra by vertebra all the way onto your back. You might hug the knees into the chest now, Upanasana, and perhaps take a gentle, comforting rock side to side as you cradle the legs with the arms in towards your body. And then we'll release, and you might take constructive rest, feet wide, knees knocking in toward one another. Perhaps you bring soles of feet together and let the knees separate towards the sides of the mat. Or perhaps you reach the legs out long into Shavasana. And spending these last precious moments allowing yourself to arrive in stillness. Sensing into the earthy quality of the bones as you allow the weight of the bones to settle. Allowing the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the connective tissue to melt. The abdominal organs softening and releasing away from one another. Heart and lungs open, receptive, free. Relaxing the tongue, allowing the eyes to release away from the eyelids. And the ears, the inner ears spiraling in towards the center of the skull. Knowing that we can't have it all, but that we've done a little bit of everything today, and letting the practice go. Allowing yourself to rest too, knowing that that's equally important. And my invitation is for you to stay and rest. As long as is reasonable for you today. Thank you for sharing your practice, and I look forward to practicing with you next time. Peace, peace, peace.